Good morning, friends. Welcome back to the channel. It's me, Maile. And today is a marathon theater day. We're taking you along with us. Before we get started though, and I tell you the plan for the day, if you're new here, hi, my name's Maile. Eric's around here somewhere, I don't know. We do lots of fun things on this channel, like vlogs of our daily life and our travel, around the house DIY type projects and cleaning, theater content, book content, shopping videos, grocery hauls, all kinds of fun things. So if any of that sounds good to you and you aren't subscribed yet, what are you doing? Subscribe. We are doing another day at the theater, okay? We're in the middle of directing Heathers the musical and we live here. This is our home. We're literally here way more than we're at home. So taking you along with me for a day in the life of a director. We're gonna do lots of fun things for the show today. And first up is getting organized. So I need to work on props. I need to work on costumes. We need to work on the set. I just did a huge restock of the snack basket. We need to sort all that and get it all in there. Pick that up later today. But first things first, I'm gonna spend some time getting organized. I'll give you the down low on what's happening. Okay, so first things first, I have a couple packages to open. So normally, I don't really do costumes for our shows. Other shows we've done in the past have been like ginormous, lots of making costumes, lots of like period piece costumes. And we have an incredible costume team that are the real experts, okay? I have helped them before with tiny, tiny little stuff as I've relearned how to sew in the past year. I did a couple very small projects for Cinderella, but I am no means a costumer, okay? This show is very unique in that it's a lot of, we can pull costumes from people's closet, we can order a bunch of stuff on Amazon. It's more like just logistics and gathering everything. And I have a very specific look in my head for what I want the costumes to be. I decided I would try to tackle costumes. Now, the costumers are certainly helping me with things like trimming beautiful jackets, which by the way, look at this. Ah, are you kidding me? Look at the chains. Are you freaking kidding me? This was just a plain red blazer and Tammy, one of our amazing costumers, decked this out for Heather Chandler. So stuff like this they're helping me with. And then there's a big like transformation where Heather Duke, who's the green Heather, in the middle of a song, she has a giant costume change. Her green costume rips apart and she's got red Heather, which is Heather Chandler, like she's taking her place, costume underneath. And so Rebecca is working on that for me because that is way beyond my skill level. But for the most part, I'm doing costumes for the first time and it's a lot. It's a huge job, even for a small show like this where there's not a lot of sewing at all. In fact, I haven't had to sew one thing. So I've been ordering so many things. So I will show you the couple packages I have to open that I haven't yet. And then this rack is where I've been collecting all the costume pieces. It's getting chocked full and today I need to start sorting everything, placing stuff into actual dressing rooms, like assigning dressing rooms to people so that I can better figure out what I've got. Oh yeah, these are perfect. Yay! Okay, these are socks for Heather Chandler, who my cousin Maggie is playing. And I have a thing about the Heathers. The Heathers, if you aren't familiar with the show, wear knee socks. Like that's a big part of their costume. And I have a thing in my brain where they have to be over their knee. They can't be like under their knee. I have to have their socks over their knee. It's just a thing. So Maggie, yes, these will totally work. Maggie's had to be special ordered from Ireland. Oh my gosh. And these are definitely gonna work. Yay! Okay, and those are so perfect too. Don't ask me how much I spent on these, okay? Yes, those are actually perfection. Look at that. Are you kidding me? Yes. Just yes. Just yes. Woo, 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 woo. Incredible. I'm so happy about that. Maggie's gonna die when she sees these. That is a success number one. Yay. Okay. I have no idea what's in this second one. We're about to find out together. Oh, yay. Okay, so it's Heather Mack, who's the yellow Heather. It's her blazer. She just needed a smaller size. So I ordered her a smaller size. Yeah, I think that will work better. Okay, great. Great, great, great. And she's already got her little skirt and blazer. Adorable. So this is a plain blazer. I'll try it on her tomorrow to make sure the size is good. But then Tammy, our amazing costumer, will trim this out and kind of give it some fun details and flair like the other Heathers. And while I'm at it, I'll just show you Heather Duke. I got her blazer from Poshmark, and it is amazing. It's a Zara blazer. Look how freaking cute that is. I love the texture on it. And it looks so cute on her. It fits her perfectly. Her skirt is not absolutely perfect, but I cannot even tell you how hard it is to find a green ensemble that matches this green, because it's a very like bright green. So this is gonna be I've ordered, I think this is the 7th skirt I've ordered to try to match, and this was the best one. So, and it matches because her little like ascot thing is a little darker too. So, and she's got cute dark socks. So that is her ensemble. So all that to say, I'm happy those 2 things I ordered will absolutely work. It's time to start assigning dressing rooms and sorting all this. I have a full costume spreadsheet that's color coded. There's a lot to do costuming wise, and I'm starting to get a little stressed about it because we only have 4 weeks left. But I'm gonna put you on fast mode while I assign dressing rooms and sort everything I've already got. So let's do it. Our dressing room area is the first area I would give a makeover to if I could. And mostly we just need so much more space than we have. We have these tiny little cubbies and people have to like double up, sometimes triple up in them. So I was just sorting everything and labeling who's going to go in which dressing room, and it's crazy. Okay, so I've got all of the dressing rooms labeled for who's in them, and I've got all the costumes that I have already. The Heathers are gonna need a freaking basket for all of their accessories and like their shoes. So every costume that we already have for people is hung up, and this is very much making me realize that we still have a lot to freaking do. So I'm gonna work on costumes some more. All right, I'm coming back to costumes in a second, but Eric, say hi to the vlog, Scrimpy.
What up?
Is starting to move prop tables into the prop halls and organize all that. So I'm gonna go help with that. So let me show you what we're working with there. There are a lot of props in this show. So here are some of the props we're working with. There's a lot of them. They're all kind of random and also very much incomplete. So we kind of need to inventory like what we have, what's totally finished, what needs to be like zhuzhed or, you know, messed with to make it work, and then what we need to make and what we still need to buy. So I'm getting the spreadsheet out, okay? All right, I'm putting you on fast mode while we sort through this mess. So basically, I had the spreadsheet of props, and I would go scene by scene and say what props are in each scene. Eric would find them, figure out if they were finished, if they needed anything added to them, if they were totally missing, and if they were finished, he would go run them to whatever prop hall made sense for them to be in. So we kind of just did this back and forth. It was honestly really good teamwork. I will say we worked together very nicely. We didn't fight at all. And we got it done. All right, we've pretty much cleared off everything and gotten it all in prop halls, which I'll show you. The tables are not organized at all yet, but we did just like put all the props on the table. Here's the lovely prop hall on this side. Oh, also I forgot to show you, everything's black now. That's what we did yesterday. So here's this prop table, and we have quite a few props that are still on the way, some that we still need to make. But honestly, this is so much less props. I'm thinking about Something Rotten than we had for Something Rotten. Those props took me 2 days, a full weekend, once they all came in to organize them and get them where they were supposed to be. That was a nightmare. So this went so much better. I do have a list of things I need to make, so I'll probably work on that some this week, I would guess, when I have time. But for right now, I think we're crossing the props work we need to do off the list for the weekend. Oh, and we painted the lockers red. Have you been here since the lockers have been red? I can't remember when the last time I showed you an update was. So let me just show you the overall look of the stage. So it's all pretty much black. We were going to do all the trim in a metallic silver, and I went back and forth so much yesterday trying to decide what I wanted to do. But I think we're gonna do all black because the fronts of all the platforms, which we're gonna hopefully work on in just a little bit today, are gonna be very busy. So I just think all black on trim and the tops of the platforms will be better. And these platforms only have one coat of black paint on them for right now, which is fine, so they don't look so great. You can see like a bunch of missed spots, but we're gonna keep them that way until right before we open. Probably the week we open, I will paint them again just to give them a nice fresh coat of paint. And honestly, I might on the off day between weeks of shows if they need them. So we'll just kind of manage and see, but they get pretty scratched up. See all the like scratches and stuff, mostly because we've got lots of girls in heels. But that's where we're at. So today, and all these patches you see of where we've Dutchmaned. Oh, and by the way, we Dutchmaned all the trim too to make it just nice and smooth. But these are like some corners, sides we needed to Dutchman and stuff. So that's why those aren't painted, because they're going to be covered in wallpaper. So Eric went to go grab us lunch. We're going to eat lunch when he gets back. And then I think it'll be time to work on wallpaper finally. I'm so excited. So catch you when it's wallpaper time. All right, we have eaten and it is time to get started on wallpaper. Let me show you what Eric's working on first though. He is working on 7-Eleven. So we've got this flat here and this little counter here. And the way our platforms are built, this will go on top of the platform at the back, and this will slide in behind it. So it won't be, I mean, it will be this tall, but it won't look this tall, because if I can find his line right here, this is where that counter will meet the flat. So it'll just be that bit. We're gonna build out, he's in there sawing. We're gonna build out like a box right here. So it'll be 3D, and that will be the little Slurpee area for 7-Eleven. And we'll have like little Slurpee stations here. And then this will be a counter that's built out. This will be boxed in and say 7-Eleven. There'll be corn nuts here because that's part of the show. So very much in the beginning stages of development, but we have the two pieces. So let me show you the wallpaper. So the idea is that, in case you're new here and you don't know our design, the Heather's colors are red, green, and yellow, and then Veronica's color is blue. So those are our lead girls, and those colors are very much present throughout the show. So we're going to do, since it's set in the 1980s, a Rubik's Cube pattern on all the fronts of the platforms in this vintage wallpaper. So I think the easiest thing to do is set myself up a little wallpaper station on like a moving cart that I can just roll around the stage with me depending on where I'm working. I've got a paper cutter that should cut this thick wallpaper. So I think let's just assemble and get started. I'm putting you on fast mode. So I got this little rolling table, and I got my paper cutter all set up and the tray of water all set up, because all of the wallpaper that I'm using is pre-pasted, so it's just activated with water. And so then I set up my little station and got to cutting and kind of like troubleshooted quite a lot to figure out what was best. I think I tell you more about that in a second, but I'm actually really happy with it. I was nervous about the color choices, but we looked at them under the lights, and I think it's going to be really good. Okay, so just a little update. You might have seen me do one strip of like 2 or 3 and then take them down. That's because I needed a refresher on how to wallpaper. I forgot that I'm supposed to fold it together and let it sit for a couple of minutes before I put it on, I guess for the adhesive to, like, I don't know, do its thing, whatever its thing is, which I have now done and put another row on, and it stuck much, much, much nicer. So my main issue is with cutting right now, and I knew this was going to be an issue because I bought the biggest paper cutter I could find, and it's not big enough for the full rolls to go through. So I don't have one straight edge to work off of. I mean, I guess I would on the ends, but anyway, it's becoming too complicated and too time consuming to cut perfect squares, which they don't have to be perfect because we're putting electrical tape in between them to make like a border without having to do like trim. So there is room for a little bit of, mess ups here and there, as you can see. And I mean, I started over on this side where not a lot of people are gonna see right here because it's on the side and the back, but it doesn't have to be perfect. But I do want to figure out a system that I can get down really fast for cutting, because that's gonna be the most time consuming part, is cutting all the squares. So I remembered that I have this gadget that I use at Christmas time that is like the greatest invention ever. I think my sister bought it for me a couple years ago just from like an Instagram ad. It's one of those wrapping paper roll slicers. It's green and you put it on top of the roll where like the open side faces the blade. It's got like a little cut blade and you put it on the top and then you can slide it all the way down and get a very straight cut. And it's super fast. So I think I'm gonna use that to cut initial strips of the wallpaper that are then small enough to put through the paper cutter so that I don't have to trim all my edges and get them all super straight so they start straight, if that makes sense. So Eric ran to Lowe's to get some more Luan. He needed more Luan for the 7-Eleven stuff he's working on and to get me electrical tape to try this trim look. But then he's also gonna run by home and get that little slider for me. So in the meantime, I think I'm just gonna keep slicing the longer way, but hopefully I can perfect this method today and figure out how to replicate it best on everything else. So I think my goal is to just try to get this wall done, trimmed out everything, just to kind of see my process and troubleshoot my process, figure out the best way to do it. So that's what we're doing. This is the amazing tool that I'm talking about. I'll show you up close. So it goes around the wrapping paper and it's got a little blade that slices. I'll show you. So I can take this green, for example. I put it on top here, and then I put the paper so it goes in the slot where the blade is, and then you literally just slide it straight down and it cuts. Pretty darn even. Editing Maile here to tell you this next section. I didn't mean to keep it on regular video. I thought I was time-lapsing, but then I noticed all the sounds in the video and I thought, ooh, I'm gonna do a little ASMR segment. So enjoy the paper cutter and bonus points if you can figure out what song I'm singing to myself. And then I checked the camera and realized I was just on regular video, so I switched it to time-lapse again. But I think that was more of a medley than it was one song, but if you caught it, I was singing some Hamilton, so there you go. And I, in my watch back of this, have decided I think what I'm gonna do is like roll the wallpaper out on the floor and make myself a wooden template the size of each square and trace it, and that'll make it easier. Okay, any way you look at it, the lighting is terrible, so you can't really see, but I'm gonna try to get my best shot of it. I've gotten 2 rows done. I did it on this side specifically so that I could kind of test my methods and it not be perfect and it not really matter because like only a few seats over here are gonna even see that, and it looks fine from there, but it's not that great up close. I'll try to get a good lighting angle to show you. Okay, so from here it looks great. You know what I'm saying? I will show you up close where it doesn't look so great, but this is the effect and I think it's gonna totally work. So basically, and you can see like right here, there's a bit of a crease in that wallpaper. There's a bit of a crease in one of these reds. I think this one, yeah, there's a bit of a crease there, but it's literally just electrical tape in between them, and they will be lined up on the front part. On this, see how the trim overhangs just a bit? So I'll just do the first row and then line up the edge of this one with the edge on this first row, because the edges are supposed to be, you know, in one big continuous line, not off a little bit like right here. Like this should be in line, but the good news is this is at an angle, so you really can't tell that they're not in line on this side. So this was a good experiment, but I think it looks really good. I'm loving it. I thought I was gonna have to yellow wash the yellow, but we looked at it under the lights and honestly, we might not even have to do that. So, and see, like you can see, this isn't perfectly straight with the electrical tape. Like nobody's gonna be staring that hard at it, you know? So I figured I would get it tested on this side. And the other thing I'll say about the electrical tape on this side, I did not like measure to make sure the lines were perfectly straight. And I still did pretty dang good. So when I actually do the front, I will not cut that corner. I will get all the wallpaper on first of all. I won't do it in, you know, 2 rows like this. I'll get all the wallpaper squares on, and then I'll measure and mark at the top every place the tape starts, then mark, you know, on the sides where the tape starts, and on the bottoms, and probably in the middles too, where the tape starts, so that I can match it up and they'll be nice and straight and precise. Here I just kind of did a good enough tester, and honestly, it was fine. So I will probably make sure to not cut corners and do the math on like the front here, fronts here, the sides here, but like back in there, maybe not. Back over on that side, maybe not. Over there on that other side, definitely not. So the backs of these that hardly anyone can see, I probably won't take time to be that meticulous about it. But honestly, once I got cutting and once I got my little wrapping paper cutter thing, I got into a pretty good groove. I think what I'm gonna do, figure out the math on how many squares I need for each like little section I'm working on, and do the full section, cut all the squares for it, then wallpaper it all, then measure for where the tape needs to go, then put the tape on. So it's like one step at a time all the way through. So I'll tell you what, I'm gonna be wallpapering for a while. I'll tell you that right now. It's gonna take forever. Yeah, it's gonna take forever. Probably a lot more tape than what I have, so yay. But that's all for wallpaper today. Now, honestly, the space is being used this evening, so I need to clean up my mess over here, gather Eric, and then we will probably head home. I'll take all the snacks out and sort those, so I'll show you sorting the snacks because that'll be fun at home. But I think that may be all we have for the theater today. Let's go check in on Eric and see how 7-Eleven is coming. Nice. 7-Eleven down here is coming nicely. So there'll be corn nuts for sale here. This will be the Slurpee counter, and this will just say 7-Eleven on it down here. How's it going over here, Scrimpy Bud?
Good.
You got your 7-Eleven box built out?
Mm-hmm.
What?
Can I help you?
Yeah, tell the vlog your update. Are you a sourpuss right now?
Yeah, I got it built. I'm attaching it now. Trying to make it even.
Oh, nice. He built a box. And that box is gonna go right there on the front of the flat to be the slushie machine. So check on that project. Well, for today. Certainly not a check on it, but lots of progress, so that's good. All right, another productive, very productive day. But honestly, not like a rapid set production day. You know what I mean? Like we did a lot of different stuff. Did a lot of work on props, a lot of work on costumes that I still need to do when I get home. Some set stuff for sure, but I feel like we normally do like marathon all weekend long, all set only weekends, and we really haven't had that.
We haven't needed to.
We haven't needed to. Our set's smaller, which I know you see our giant set and think that's not smaller, but for us, it's like much smaller and simpler.
Also,
so
we were on top of it a lot quicker.
True.
Like, we always
So
talk
true.
about when we get started on the set early, and I feel like this time we actually did.
We actually did, yeah. Well, we kind of needed to for the purposes of blocking, and we've never had a set like that before where we've absolutely needed it for blocking. So, anywhoozle, home to sort the snack basket, baby. It's probably gonna take me like an hour. Yeah, let's do it. All right, I made it home, and I got all these snacks to sort. My dogs are not happy that I'm doing it without them, but I'm gonna put you on fast mode as I sort all these in the living room. Let's do it. This was low-key so fun. My mom did it the first time when we did our big Costco haul. I didn't have time to sort them all, so she did it for me, and so this is the first time I'm getting to sort them. I did a total restock again, got enough for 4 more weeks because that's how many we have left. So this should get us through the end, but we shall see. Lots of snacks are eaten during these rehearsals, so it might not last. All right, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 more weeks. And honestly, not that much trash over there. And yes, a stash of Skittles for me as my reward. So I do believe that that is all for this theater day. Prep, I'm gonna sit my butt on the couch with the dogs and work on costume stuff for probably hours, okay? But it's literally just on my computer looking at spreadsheets at Amazon, so it's not very fun for you to watch. So I'm gonna end the vlog here. Thanks for coming along with us on A Day in Our Life as Directors. Hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.